switch. So I will go ahead and just get started with the meeting. Just wanted to welcome everyone to our April Ford Council monthly meeting. Thank you so much for being here. And we want to start off with introductions, and then we will go on to the rest of our meeting. So I'll just start. I'm Barb Brumlevy, and Community Health Specialist and at Chestnut, and working on the Ford County ROSC and the McLean County ROSC. And then I'll go ahead, Frankie, and then we'll go.
Hi, everyone. I'm Frankie Ward. I'm the recovery specialist working on the Ford County ROSC.
Thank you. Carrie.
Good morning, everyone. Carrie Knapp, Associate Director of Community Health, helping support the Ford County ROSC.
Thank you. Okay, how about Tammy?
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Cammie Garrison. I'm the Region 3 Technical Assistant, helping support the Ford County ROSC.
Thank you so much. All right, and let's go to Tim.
Hello, my name is Tim Nuss. I'm with the Ford County Board and doing everything I can to support ROSC in Ford County. Thank you very much for all you do.
Thank you for all you do, Tim. Thank you. Okay, how about Brittany?
Hi, my name is Brittany Fry. I am the Director of Volunteer Services at Clove Alliance, and we are super excited to be partnering with ROSC.
We love partnering with you. Thank you for being here, Brittany. All right, and Dell, how about go ahead?
My name is Del Sam. I'm with Veterans Treatment Court, and we cover 5 counties. That includes Ford County, and then involved with help out with the ROSC here.
Thanks for being here, Del. All righty, Jeff.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jeff McFadden. I'm the System of Care Coordinator for Bridgeway's West Central Illinois ROSC, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Right, and Carrie McKenzie.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carrie McKenzie with Gateway Foundation. We have obviously places throughout the state of Illinois, newly opened in Bloomington for just outpatient for primary mental health and also substance use disorder. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, Carrie. And I was able to go to the open house at Gateway, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful facility. So glad to have more in our area. So, all right, let's go to John.
Good morning. My name is John Schneider, a Ford County resident, recovery specialist for Livingston County ROSC, and the ministry leader for Celebrate Recovery in Gibson City.
Thank you, John. Thanks for being here. All right, and Sarah, if you're able to come off mute.
Does that work? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from Gibson City Grow. Love y'all.
Awesome. Yeah. No, thank you for being here, Sarah. It's been a long time. I'm glad to hear your voice.
I know. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, and Odette?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Odette Hyatt Watson. I'm the CEO of East Central Illinois Community Action Agency. Thank you for those who participated in the health fair. Just a great turnout. Thank you so much. At Community Action Agency, we serve Ford, Iroquois, and Vermilion counties, and I'm happy to be here this morning.
Thanks, Odette. And yeah, the health fair was a great event and a beautiful venue as well. I think it was great. So, okay. Hey, Christine, how are you?
Oh, we're doing introduction. Sorry, I'm Christine, and I'm a former Gibson City resident. I just want to throw that out there.
Awesome.
I live in Champaign now, and I'm someone in recovery as well. And I also work at Carl Addiction Recovery as outreach. So I do a lot with SUD education, Narcan training, reducing stigma in our community, and of course, just going out and talking to people about, how do we reduce like the opiate crisis, overdose, and other things
Sure.
in our community. So, and happy anniversary, Jeff, to you and your beautiful wife.
Aw. And thanks for all you do, Christine. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, and I see Julie Pullman. Hey, how are you? If you want to go ahead and
Good morning. Long time no see, huh?
right.
Hello, everyone. I'm Julie Pullman. I am with Region 4 as a TA. So the job that Cammie does in Region 3, I do in Region 4. And I'm just excited to be here to see all the exciting things that you guys are doing. So thanks for having me.
Well, thank you, Julie. All right, and Diamond.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Diamond and I'm the administrative support for Region 9. We cover Champaign and Ford County. And at Birth to 5, we basically collect the parents and caregiver voices. And we try to get that to the state so that they can get extra childcare needs out there, focus on transportation needs or whatever the needs is. Right now, we're focusing on mental health. So if anybody would like to reach out to me or talk to me, give me some resources, and I'm always open to listen.
Awesome. Thank you, Diamond. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, and Jennifer Anderson, if you're able to come off mute, introduce yourself.
Good morning. Sorry, it's a busy morning in Ford County. Hi, I'm Jennifer Anderson. I am Director of Ford County Probation. It's good to see you all today. It's raining though. It's raining.
Yes, it is. It's kind of dreary.
I guess we need it. So.
Thanks for being here. Hey, Dave King, are you there?
Dave King, Community Outreach Manager for Carl Health.
Thank you so much for being here, Dave. Okay, Abby.
Hi, good morning. Sorry not to turn my camera on. I'm home with my kids this morning. We're watching The Grinch, so if you hear my kid in the background, I'm really sorry. I am from Bright Point in Bloomington, and I work with the Butterfly Project. We service Ford as well as 4 other counties, and we're just a counseling and case management program for families exposed to domestic violence. So happy to be here.
Thank you. Happy to have you here. And hi, Clint. Not sure.
Yeah, there we go. I'm Clint Berzee, Iroquois County Sheriff.
Thank you so much for being here, Clint. We really appreciate it. And I see Jeanette.
Hey, good morning, y'all. I just wanted to jump on. My name's Jeanette Davis. I'm the Community Health Specialist for Recovery Supports for the Logan Mason ROSC. And I have been learning so much from y'all. I had to jump on, but I too have a little sickly here in the background. So we're going to keep cameras off, but definitely wanted to be part of the group. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Jeanette. Okay, and I think I have everyone except last but not least, I want to, we'll go to Patrick Miller, who he's joining us today. We're very lucky to have him. I'll let him introduce himself, but I do want to let you know that he is going to be a spotlight today. He's a community health specialist for Center for Community Engagement at Chestnut Health Systems. He's going to talk all about the Illinois Faith and Recovery. But while there's a presentation, I'm just going to give it over to Patrick and let you do your introduction, but we really thank you for being here and we look forward to learning more.
No, sounds great. And no, it's good to be with all of you. And yeah, I look forward to sharing this presentation. Do you want me to share now, or do you want me to, do you have other agenda items before?
We can go ahead and do yours now, I think, and then we can go on to other agenda after. Thank you.
Sounds good. I'll share then. Let's see. And that is there and there. Okay, are you seeing slides? A slide. Excellent. Need to move myself out of the way of the slides. There we go. Yeah, good morning, everybody. I'm Patrick Miller with the Illinois Faith and Recovery Collaborative. Many of you I know and have met. Some of you I know very well. Some of you we're meeting for the first time. And so there will definitely be some things that I'll be repeating to some of you and new information to others. And so I'll try to move through this about 15 minutes and be open to some questions towards the end. Yeah, so I just a little bit about myself. I'm from Southern Illinois. Grew up in Shelbyville. I guess that's Central Illinois, and currently live in Greenville, about 45 minutes outside of St. Louis, so just out past the Illinois suburbs. And for the last 3 years, I've been working with Chestnut Health and Center for Community Engagement. Started working with a ROSC in Bond County, so spent a year working as part of a ROSC council in Bond County, then moved over to this project and I'm going to tell you about it. So again, we're part of Chestnut Health Systems. If you don't know Chestnut Health Systems, we're in Bloomington, Granite City, Metro East, operating all over the state in different ways and doing some research out of some other places as well, including Oregon. Yeah, check us out if you don't know about us. I think many of you do. And then, yeah, the Center for Community Engagement, a number of us are representing them here today, but we're a grant-funded program. Our website is coalitionsupport.org. You will see that a few times in this presentation. That's one of the best ways to learn more about this program, the Illinois Faith and Recovery Collaborative, but also other programs that we're operating with. And again, this project is part of the CCE. It's funded through the state opioid response grant and Illinois Department of Human Services and other pieces that fund that. So if you're curious about where this is coming from, this little background on those nuts and bolts. Well, let's get into the program itself. So the Faith and Recovery Collaborative, our goal is to help, seek, and we want to support what faith communities are already doing. We know that faith communities are already one of the frontline resources in communities like Ford County, in Paxton and Gibson City, helping people and their families respond to mental health crisis and substance use. Substance use, and as they live in recovery, it's a key. We know that faith communities are a key resource there. So our hope is to support and equip those faith communities to do that better, to solve the problems that they're facing, and again, really be part of the sustainable local solutions that are taking place out of faith communities. We just want to support what's happening there already. Illinois is a diverse state, 13 million residents, give or take a few. 73% of whom identify as being part of a faith community in some way. So they self-identify as being part of a faith community all across the spectrum there. And that means if 73% of Illinois residents are part of about 12,000 faith communities, well, this is a big sector that we can engage, hopefully, and expand that engagement in a more coherent way with helping people being impacted by substance use disorder. This graphic is one that we use often, and it kind of, I think, encapsulates some of the thinking around this program. If that 11 million people breaks down to 13 million people in the state of Illinois breaks down to about 4.2 Illinois residents who attend a religious service each week, we know we have that many people each week that are actively thinking about how they care for other people, have a deep set of values that are guiding how they want to help human beings in the world. And so you take that group and you think about the fact that, okay, in 2021, for example, we had a little over 3,000 people die from an overdose, from a drug overdose. And that gives us a ratio of about 1,400 to 1 of people who care deeply about people and people who need to be seen and engaged and shown value and loved and help them to avoid overdose. And so that kind of encapsulates part of what we think is the possibility around this program, that we can help those people of faith, we people of faith, reach out to people who are struggling. And again, this is broader than substance use. We look, but it does. We think of substance use as part of mental health, and in 2023. About 28% of Illinois residents reported some symptom of anxiety or depressive disorders. So yeah, 1 in 4 people in Illinois generally are touched in a way by mental health disorder. And that doesn't factor in smaller mental health challenges. And so yeah, there's a lot of need, which you all know. You wouldn't be part of this group if you weren't aware of the need and the work that needs to happen. So our goals simply are to build awareness and decrease stigma. We want to enhance collaboration. Again, all of this focused on faith communities, but also how that touches other areas. We want to build capacity, and I just realized I have a window over my notes. There we go. We want to build capacity, which that's the core of our grant. The CCE grants are about building capacity in underserved areas. So how do we make sure that people have the support and services they need? We want to identify, empower, support, and encourage local solutions. And so I know that I'm in Greenville. I move county to county to county to group interacting with faith communities. And I will be, I set myself up to be a service to a faith community as long as I'm able to be supportive of them. But I know that long term, the local problems are solved by local solutions and by those of you that are sustainable providers in your communities. The churches are one of those longstanding institutions in communities. Faith communities are longstanding institutions, and we want to, support and help what's already there, what you're already doing, and know that we'll always be available, but that the real work is going to get done locally. And then our goal is also connect faith communities to the other sectors in their communities, the mental health sector, the law enforcement sector, the judicial sector, the substance use sector, and the recovery communities, so they can better be part of that ongoing sustainable work. So how would a faith community you're aware of, how would the faith communities in Ford County become part of this collaborative work, become part of this collaborative? Well, it's really simple. When it comes to just being part of what we're doing, they just need to decide to be part of that work and reach out to us. Being part of the collaborative, being part of the ongoing conversation, the collaboration of how do we as a faith community get the resources we need and the trainings we need to better do the work we're doing, to connect with other faith communities that are doing similar work. That's simply just raising your hand and contacting us and saying, hey, I want to be part of this. Keep me in the loop on what you're doing. I want to be part of these conversations. So that's a really simple engagement. There is more, though. Our hope is that faith communities will do more than just be part of the conversation, but that we can help lead them to become certified recovery congregations. And this was an idea that grew out of our year of work with an advisory council that said, what should this look like? What can this work look like? There's a lot of programs like this in different states. And one of the ideas that really just got traction with those faith leaders was, to find a way to publicly communicate both within the recovery community and the mental health community, but also just at large in the larger community. Hey, we're a faith community that takes mental health and substance use seriously. We want to do that work well. We want to support our members and people we serve out of contemporary understandings of mental health. And so if a faith community wants to become a certified recovery congregation, what they end up doing is they reach out to us. We do a brief interview to kind of get a sense of the work they're already doing, what their interest is. And then we invite, we would like 80% of their paid staff. And for some faith communities, that's one person. And for other faith communities, that could be 30 or 40 people, depending on the size of the faith community. But we ask for 80% of their paid staff and one lead clergy person to be part of the trainings, and then as many congregation members as possible that want to be part of it. And we invite them to do some trainings. We do four core trainings in the first year. And then we ask that faith community to commit to a substantive role in the mental health and recovery community in their area. And that's where an organization like your ROSC comes in. If a faith community in Ford County reaches out to me and says, hey, we're interested in this program, you're the sort of organization we're going to contact and say, hey, are they already working with you? We would encourage them to connect with you because we know that you're one of the key ways that a faith community could get involved in the work that's going on. And so once that group has completed the trainings and identified that role, they just need to maintain doing one training a year to maintain that certification. And we do a presentation of that and communicate to local mental health and recovery partners that, hey, this is a faith community that if you have people who for them, faith community is part of their recovery support, here's a faith community that may better understand and be more quickly able to engage them in a way that they're avoiding stigma and having a better sense of the support they need. And so those four core trainings that we ask faith communities to do, In the first years, we asked them to do an introduction to mental health. So just kind of a basic foundation of what is mental health, talking about stigma and addiction as disease, and just a larger sense of what are common mental health challenges that people face. We do an naloxone overdose reversal training, so we do that training. We do an introduction to substance use, so we talk about the addicted brain and treatment options and methods and things that work for people moving from use to recovery. And then we also offer a QPR suicide prevention training, and that's the question, persuade, refer suicide prevention training that you may have heard about. So we ask the faith communities to complete those 4 trainings in the first little bit to become certified for that first year. And then afterwards, really it's asking them what sort of trainings they want to continue in the years that follow. And we have a lot of different trainings that are free and available to them. And again, it's very much driven by the faith community. If they have a specific need that we don't specifically offer, we can help find a partner that can offer a training that they need so they can continue to, again, have the tools and knowledge they need to serve their faith communities. In addition to these free trainings and this free process that they're going through, we also offer technical assistance, also known as problem solving, again, to help a faith community that's involved this can take a wide variety of, this can look a lot of different ways depending on what the faith community is trying to do. But again, we're pulling out of our 50 years of experience doing behavioral health. And so, if a faith community wants to start recovery programs, or if they want to get better involved with their local mental health and recovery community, or if they're pursuing grants or just trying to figure out what are the needs in their community, we think we can help them do that well. And again, that's going to be a thing that's going to bump into what you guys are doing. And it'll involve referral to organizations like yours, like your ROSC, to say, hey, if you want to know what's going on, connect with the ROSC. If you want to be part of the work that's happening, they're a great resource. And just trying to connect them that way. Again, my contact info, that'll pop up a few times through here, but I'm one of the key contacts for this program. I know Nolan Recker, I'll mention him here in just a second, is in your region. The program status, we spent a year kind of developing this program and adapting it from different areas. We launched a pilot of this program in January. And so we're working with Nolan Recker out of the Bloomington office. If a Ford County faith community reached out to us, it's likely that Nolan would be the point person on that work. He has worked around faith communities and mental health topics. I tend to work in the central and southern region with Tracy Dones. We're here kind of down the central part of the state. And then we also partner with Dr. Karen White on the far south side of Chicago, and with Mike Tyson down in southern Illinois with Take Action Today. And so our goal there is to be able to operate across the state, have enough capacity to respond to faith communities that have need, but also know that, we're a little bit limited right now. We know our bandwidth, and we're reaching out to faith communities kind of as they're referred to us, and reaching out to ROSCs like this to kind of say, hey, how do we, who might be interested? And we're learning a lot from that process. To date, we've completed 14 trainings with 10 different faith communities and organizations. We've had a little over 122 people attend those trainings. We have certified 2 recovery congregations. There's the Bible Way House of Prayer in Mulberry Grove, which is in Southern Illinois, and then also the First Church of God in Flora, completed certification. And we've got 3 others that are lined up to complete this by the end of June, and a few others that might make it too in this fiscal year, but we're just continuing to line up opportunities for those faith communities. I always throw up this frequently asked questions list in case I missed something, but I think I've talked about these. This is a free program to faith communities. We want to work very closely with local organizations. And that second question, we want to connect. Our goal is to connect the faith communities we're working with to the local organizations that are also doing the work. Number 3, there are opportunities to help guide this program. If this is something you're passionate about, we're wanting to make sure our advisory group is a diverse group that represents all types of faith communities, and all types of faith expressions within those faith communities. And so, especially if you know people who are part of non-Christian faith communities, or the Catholic Christian community, or the charismatic Christian communities, we definitely love to have those voices more represented in our advisory board. So if you know people that might be good recommendations for that group, let us know. 4, reiterate that all communities of faith are invited to participate. Want this to be a broad-based program. And yeah, how does a group start the process to become to be a certified recovery congregation? It's very much just reaching out to one of us on the staff and starting that conversation essentially. So that was me talking a lot for exactly 15 minutes. Again, these are 3 questions I'd love your feedback on for whatever time there is. If you have questions, I'd love to answer those. But also, I love knowing, since we're in a pilot phase here, it's great to know what faith communities in Ford County would need. Is there something that you say, hey, this is why I'd be interested in this program because our faith communities need this? Or on the flip side of that, as a ROSC council, what do you wish you could get from the faith communities? Because I'm talking to a lot of them, and it kind of helps inform my conversation. And so we're very much in applying this program, but also learning at the same time. Trying to figure out if doing Saturday trainings is a great idea. Is Wednesday night better? Do we do Sunday afternoons or mornings? Do we make it part of the worship services? Do we not make it part? There's just a lot we're learning, and it's been really fun work. But I'll stop talking and let those questions sit there and see if any of you want to respond to those. So.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Okay, I see a hand up by Jeanette.
Good morning. Thank you, Patrick, for that. I know, I think it is a kind of common siren that we're all announcing from our ROSC of how important we want to incorporate faith communities and get them involved. And so we are in the Logan Mason area. My question to you is, how would we go about marketing these things to our local churches? Is there an email that's formatted, kind of put together, and we kind of just, kind of tools like that so we can start, kind of shaking up our community? Or is that something that we would all independently have to do in each of our communities?
That's a good question. We do have a couple of pieces, a couple of PDF documents that can be shared. I've written a few emails that I've kind of sent out, kind of my there's kind of more of a cold outreach of, hey, you know nothing about us and I heard about you and I'm reaching out. I've got another one that's, hey, you were referred by this person that we should reach out, or hey, we see that you're already doing this work. We'd love to talk more. So yeah, we do have a couple of emails and some digital documents we could share. Plus we have some printed materials that are also available for kind of sharing the program. So yeah, I'd be glad to get those in the hands of people that would want to share those.
Thank you. And I definitely, Ms. Barb, if those get sent out to the group or whatnot, I'm totally interested in starting to circulate those materials. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. I just want to follow up on that, Patrick. I believe there is a website, isn't there? A CCE website or?
Yes.
Okay, I just
Yeah,
want, and it goes to that information. I mean, or you know what I mean? Is there a way to find this information on the website, I guess?
Yes. Let me stop screen sharing. And yes, coalitionsupport.org does have information available on it directly. I'll be sure to put my contact info in the chat.
Awesome.
But yeah, if you go to coalitionsupport.org, there's a starting point for this on there. But also, yeah, reaching out to me directly, we can do as well. So
thank you, Patrick. Any other questions?
Or reactions. I'm always curious, if there are things that you go, oh, that's interesting, or I wonder why this isn't there, or yeah, just again, as we try to build this well.
For sure. I see a hand, Christine.
I just have a question. So, and I'm not at Ford, but I'm in Champaign, and we do not have a ROSC. But we have several different churches here that are like really involved with the recovery community. That like I'm probably way overstepping and doing more than like more stuff I should be doing. But at least I'd probably be interested in giving them like this information because like I've done naloxone training with them. And like a lot of the SUD information with them, because they host dinners a lot and provide meeting spaces for, and I think they've done some mental health stuff as well. So they're like really about, you know, the community and bringing those parts of the community into the church. So I think they would really genuinely maybe have an interest in this. And I would like to shoot them your way. I'm not sure where they would connect in our community, you know what I mean? Because we don't have that ROSC. So
Yeah, please do pass on the information. And one of the things that we found, so in working with the Flora Church of God, they're in Clay County, and again, I'm learning where counties are located. They're south of Effingham a little ways, but that southeast or in Illinois part of the state lacks, I think, ROSCs and a number of other. You know, I don't think they have an RCO that's operating in that area. But in that case, when we connected with them, it was a lot of connecting to what is there. And so that for them, it's the local mental health providers and a hospital there that kind of provide the key resources. And so kind of adapted our conversations there to say, okay, well, who's here? And, you know, would you guys consider, you know, would you guys look at perhaps being, you know, working towards becoming a ROSC or doing something like that? And so, yeah, we kind of match the conversation to the community. And again, our goal is to make sure that the organization, you know, finds their connections that make sense in their area. So.
Barb, you're on mute. Dave, go ahead.
Dave, go ahead.
Hey, I'm just going to jump in, Patrick. I have two questions. One is, this is not a train the trainer kind of module, is it?
Not presently. That we've had a request. That would be one of those requests that we've had at different points to say, hey, would I think with the QPR training, the suicide prevention training, you know, we've had that request from a church that said, hey, could we get a trainer here so that we can directly train in our community? And that's something we could explore. Yeah.
So, which leads to my second question, which is, so let's say I'm picking a number. You train 10 people in the congregation. You know, they go through, and in order to be certified, do those 10 people have to complete all 4 of those modules? Or what if like 2 drop out and somebody else comes into the, you know, how does that work?
Yeah. So our threshold is 80% of paid staff. And so that's where in most cases, you know, that, yeah, we do have to get the same people through, that same 80% through. But then there's always a lot more other people that we try to get as many in as possible. But yeah, and so when they often we'll do certificate presentations, and so that'll be differentiated between people to say, hey, yeah, you did 3, you did 2, you did 1. But the faith community as a whole met the 80% of paid staff.
So is this also for congregation members or only for paid staff?
I would say the goal is to impact the culture of the faith community. And so the paid staff is the required piece, but really our hope is that as many people in the faith community, in the church, in the synagogue will be there in the training. And so the more people, the better. And that's part of that conversation with the clergy to say, you know, our goal isn't just to train the staff. Who else should be in the room? Who should be there? And for some faith communities, that's been, you know, a department or a group of ministry leaders. And for others, with the Flora Church, recovery is such a central part of who they are. We probably had 85% of the attenders show up, and it was, you know, it was about 25 people that were there, and they were there. It was going to be all of them together. Whereas, yeah, I know Nolan's met with churches that it's only it feels more staff centric. But again, the goal is to impact the culture of the faith community and equip the larger group.
And then last question, I'm sorry. How long does this process take, you know, to go through all 4 modules?
Yeah, really, it's probably driven by the faith community. It probably takes from first contact to certification. It would be hard to do it faster than 2 months. But I would say typically, we found that probably doing more than 2 trainings at a time with a group is too much. And so in one church, we did 2 Saturdays a month apart. We did 2 trainings each, broken up by a meal. That worked well. We've done a Wednesday night for 4 weeks over the course of a month. And then we have other faith communities that said, hey, let's do 1 a quarter. And they dropped them into one of their quarterly meetings. And so, but yeah, I would say typically it's probably a couple month process to get certified. But it's really driven by the faith community. And one thing your question raised also is there are also faith communities and faith-based organizations that say, hey, the whole certification piece sounds great, but we're not interested in that. We just want to focus on the suicide prevention training. Could you train us in suicide prevention? And maybe we'll get to the other parts eventually, but this is what we're passionate about. Or, hey, we want to do substance use disorder training, but we're not sure we need the other pieces right now. So we will do that. It's kind of strategic, and our hope is to, again, impact the larger communities through the certification. But if there's an individual kind of one-off need, we have met those as well. We've got 4 or 5 partners that we've done a single training for and probably will serve that role over the next few years, once a year, but they probably won't pursue certification. So that's kind of an option for some faith communities as well.
Thank you. And are you doing the training, or who exactly does the training then?
Yeah, Nolan, myself, Tracy, we kind of take lead on the trainings, but then really anybody within our Chestnut systems is available if needed across the different teams we have. And we have some other partners as well. There's a few other places where we've asked other people to do trainings that we've borrowed. Yeah, we have common slide decks. So yeah, but it's mostly us. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Any other questions for Patrick? Comments? Well, thank you so much, Patrick, for being here. That I love this this idea, this program. I look forward to seeing it flourish. And we do have your contact information, so we will have that in the minutes for everyone to reach out as needed. Okay, so now I guess we'll move on to the rest of our meeting. Frankie, if you want to go ahead and pull it up, and we'll go for it. Part of what we're doing today also is talking about National Alcohol Awareness Month, which we are in. And I just wanted to state real quick, it's very near and dear to my heart. This is my disorder, alcohol use disorder, and it runs in my family. And anyway, I'm happy to be learning more about it here, and I'm gonna give it over to Frankie. And that's why we're wearing red. This is the only red sweatshirt I could find. So
Thanks, Barb. Yeah, we've been, I think, talking a lot more about alcohol in our council meetings, and even in things that we're planning in the future. We've been addressing gambling more. I think we just are really trying to be more inclusive to all the struggles out there that people are dealing with on a daily basis. So we thought we'd take April, which is National Alcohol Awareness Month, to kind of go over some terms. Let me see what time it is. Okay. Just some terms that we kind of often quite use interchangeably, which I am guilty of until recently, not really knowing the difference. And kind of the, please. My daughter is right here also, everyone. So there she is. Okay. But really, learning the difference between all of these three is really important for many different reasons. But mostly, I think what I'm currently learning at the time is how addressing maybe alcohol misuse, alcohol dependence, before reaching the alcohol use disorder can really help individuals before getting into that alcohol use disorder. I've been reading a book lately, and I kind of compared it to diabetes, and how it used to be or you don't have diabetes or you do. Now they've added in pre-diabetic, and that gives doctors a chance, individuals a chance to start addressing diet, exercise, all of these different things. And the numbers of actual diabetes has gone down since then. So it makes sense with substance use disorder or alcohol use disorder. to start addressing everything before we get to that point. So what is the difference between alcohol misuse, alcohol dependence, and alcohol use disorder? I actually, thinking of substance misuse, automatically usually think of prescription medication. I never really thought of it as in terms of alcohol, but alcohol misuse is a pattern of drinking that increases one's risk of adverse effects. Although you can misuse alcohol without becoming dependent, it can quickly lead to alcohol dependence or alcohol use disorder if left unchecked. Then we have alcohol dependence, which is described as needing alcohol to function and avoid withdrawal symptoms. However, it does not always involve heavy binge drinking. A person can become dependent simply by drinking regularly over a long period of time. And then alcohol use disorder is characterized as the inability to moderate or stop one's alcohol consumption despite negative consequences. Here are some signs of each one of these. We have using alcohol to self-medicate. So that could just be having a stressful day and using alcohol to kind of numb the feelings. Drinking alcohol in risky situations. That could be mixing substances with alcohol, driving under the influence, operating heavy machinery. That's all different examples of misusing alcohol. And then drinking heavily or binge drinking. Next, we have alcohol dependence. So that's just developing a tolerance to alcohol, having cravings for alcohol, or maybe most of your leisurely or recreational activities are kind of all based around alcohol, and then experiencing withdrawal symptoms. These can be mild, moderate, severe. It could be, there's lots of different withdrawal symptoms. So just paying attention to those. And then of course we have alcohol use disorder. The inability to quit despite the consequences, trying to stop drinking without success, and then worsening mental health problems. Again, like I said, in the misusing, some individuals misusing alcohol to self-medicate, which can worsen or exacerbate the mental health problems, or sometimes it can instigate a mental health problem that wasn't there, like anxiety or depression. So those are all just a few signs. There's more, but just wanting to show the difference, and really, hopefully we can start addressing the problematic drinking that we're noticing before we get to the alcohol use disorder. So different ways that we can help. We can identify an appropriate time and place just to have this conversation with our friend or our loved one or whomever it may be. Express our concerns and be direct. So ask how they're feeling and to kind of describe why we have the concerns, these reasons. Acknowledge their feelings and listen. So openly and actively listen without judgment, most importantly. Offer to help them locate any resources or treatment services that they may need, and then be patient. We recognize that helping your loved one doesn't happen overnight, and continuing to reach out with offers to listen and help and just be there is really one of the most important things that we can do. I'm not going to go through all of these treatment options. I just wanted to put them up here as examples. I can send along this information with the meeting minutes as well. There's a lot of resources out there. There's a lot of treatment options. So just trying to, maybe if you're noticing any of these symptoms of problematic drinking, just some different things that we can start looking to help our friends and family. There's some cool digital resources out there. Some of these are with Shatterproof. We have, it's kind of an evaluating resource, and it tells you like mild, moderate, severe, tracker cards, spending calculator, all these cool things just to kind of see where you're at if you're having any questions about yourself or a loved one. And again, there's many resources out there. If you ever need one or looking for resources, always feel free to reach out to us. And that's all I have. I feel like I'm talking really fast, but I just really want to make sure at the end we have time to open it up. Our conversations at the end of our meetings are always my favorite. That's where a lot of the collaboration happens. So is there any questions about everything that I just sped through? I tend to talk really fast. Okay, well, if there's no questions, and again, all of this information, I just kind of threw it at you, will be sent along with the meeting minutes. But most importantly, we did just want to show our support for Alcohol Awareness Month. Again, this is one of the most common struggles that are out there. It is the most, I think, normalized substance to use, I guess. And So I think a lot of the misusing and dependence and stuff, kind of, we just sweep over it. So I really want to start bringing attention to and share resources and information when it comes to alcohol. Okay, switching gears. This is an event that we keep talking about. It's our second annual All Awareness Day. This is for any cause, anything that is dear to you, any resource that you may have. This is a time to come together, support each other, just celebrate, just show love for each other. That's really what this day is about. And then also sharing resources with our community. The event is May 11th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And this is in Gibson City at North Park. We're having a powder paint walk, food trucks, free kids games, and of course our awareness booths and our resource booths. We even have a few vendors out there this year. My son and my nephew will be actually selling some artwork. 50% of the proceeds for their table is going to go to a charity that they're of their choice. So just kind of getting them into helping out the community at a young age. So we're excited about that. And then our t-shirts are ready. The link is on our social media, which is All Awareness Day on Facebook and Instagram. The shop does close April 29th. So we don't have a lot of time to order, but if you're interested, I'll be sending the link along in the minutes as well. Again, available trainings. This is something that we keep trying to do every month, is a share trainings that are out there for all of us. ACEs 101 is actually, I think this afternoon, I will be at that one. And then we have Trauma and Real Time and Prevention 101. I think I am signed up for all three of these. And then we have, Carrie was going to share, I think, a little bit about this upcoming training.
For sure. I'm more than happy to. So this is a really unique opportunity. And again, more information can be shared with the council after with our meeting minutes. But this is actually a collaboration, as you can see on that flyer there, with several different ROSC throughout Central Illinois. And so we are excited to offer a webinar all around marijuana and the trends that are circulating around that. So if your schedule allows, that's actually tomorrow. And so again, more information will be shared with that, and registration information will also be included, but we hope to get the word out as much as possible.
Thank you, Carrie. Okay, so our next meeting is Tuesday, May 28th, 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. All Awareness Day is May 11th. We are still accepting registrations. I didn't say that earlier. So if your organization would like to set up here, we would love to have you. Our Sober Sips Ladies Night, we are working and partnering with Clove Alliance. The date is to be determined still. We're very excited. And we will be sharing more about this later on. And then our June meeting, we are doing this one in person. This is our end of the year, fiscal year, technically ROSC meeting, but we are still looking for a location. So if you know of a place that can support a hybrid meeting, please let us know. We're really excited. We really want to start doing more in-persons as much as we can. So we thought a good way to kind of launch this, and we're not sure about how often or anything yet, but we will be our end of the year meeting, and just also a way to say thank you to all of our council members. So any information that you guys have, locations with hybrid, I don't know, technology that we could possibly use, please let us know. We're really excited to see everyone in person, and that will be in June. Here's our contact information and social media. I think I'm going to stop sharing now. I just really wanted to make sure we had time at the end for any questions you may have, comments, any needs that you're seeing within the community that you would like to bring to the council, any events coming up. Now, if you have any of that, is the time to share.
Frankie, this is Cammie, just about the June meeting.
Yes.
You can ask someone at the health department if you can borrow that owl thing that they use at the Ford County panel meetings.
Okay.
And that just helps in a hybrid situation.
So thank you, Cammie. I wasn't sure who, I knew that thing was awesome, but I wasn't sure like whose it was.
It's the health departments, but the health department always had their panel meetings at that room at CRCC.
Yeah.
And then Amber at CRCC, which is who we booked the room through, she's the one who did the tech support for me there and got that owl thing hooked up with her screen. And so it worked very well there.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Cami. Jeanette?
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure to share that May 2nd, from 2 to 5, Faces and Voices of Recovery will be hosting a Our Stories Have Power training. This will be free to anyone in the state of Illinois. We encourage yourselves, staff, people with lived experience in your area, allies, anyone whom just would like to have a more clear message. Again, Faces and Voices of Recovery is coming to host this. We will be at 205th Street in Lincoln, Illinois, 2 to 5 on May 2nd. We are waiting for, unfortunately, we had a kind of waited for our location. So we're waiting for a favor to create the flyer. I'm hoping there should be one in a couple of, hopefully by today, to be honest. But we'd like to help blast that too. And I could forward that if anyone is interested in your area. But again, even sharing them with your health departments, with your probation office, with, you know, anywhere. Like I said, it's a free training. Any and all who live in the state of Illinois are welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeanette. Yeah, as soon as you have that information, pass it along. I've done their online, Our Stories Have Power, and it was one of my favorite trainings I think that I've done. So doing it in person, that's so exciting.
Absolutely. I just because you said that, I have to piggyback because this is one of the trainings that is highlighted most, really helping us to break the stigma by changing the narrative, right? Moving from the sad, sorry, you know, story of recovery, you know, the intervention, right, as episode, into moving into what it truly looks like to live in recovery, and how do we share that message in a way that shows, one, that we do recover, and two, that we are absolutely you know, go more than just surviving but thriving, and three, how do we communicate the needs that we have in a comprehensive way. So yeah,
yes.
great training.
Awesome.
Hope
Yes.
to see you there.
Thank you. Yeah, sharing hope. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, I think Odette was next.
Yes, I wanted to notify the group that we are currently out of LIHEAP dollars. We had gotten to the place last week where we were doing 70 applications per day. So we have run out of LIHEAP dollars. What we are doing, we have not announced it to the public yet, as this is something that we are asked not to do because they're still looking at ways in which they could potentially get dollars to us. Also, we have some other grant dollars that can assist with energy bills. However, we have to look at it on a case-by-case basis to see if they qualify for services. We have to check income. We have to check whether or not they're employed or looking for work. There are other ways in which we can assist, but we have to look at it on a case-by-case basis. So LIHEAP dollars at this moment has been used up for this program year, and hopefully they'll be able to work out to get us some more dollars. But in the meantime, we still need to see it on a case-by-case basis of who may need assistance, because there are probably other grant dollars that we can use to assist. And then, as a reminder, our annual dinner is this Friday. We hope to see whoever can come and participate in our annual dinner. It's in our newsletter. We did send out some invitations, but if you can join us, wonderful. If not, keep us in prayer. We want it to be orderly. And we do have some car repair dollars. We do have some rental assistance dollars that are available. So other than just having some limitations at this moment with the energy bill assistance, everything else is pretty copacetic. Thanks.
Thank you, Odette. You guys always have so many resources to share with Ford County, and it's just wonderful. John.
Couple things. First of all, thank you, Odette, for sharing that. I've had several people in our recovery group inquire about LIHEAP and why they weren't getting through, and I think that explains part of that. So I know that they will continue to try no matter what. I want to say thank you to Patrick for sharing today and bringing your wealth of experience and knowledge to this forum. That is awesome. But lastly, I want to promote also in Livingston County in Fairbury on Saturday, May 4th at Marsh Park, there's an overdose awareness 5K race. This started as a memory walk about 10 years ago. And the memory walk was in memory of an individual who was actually from Ford County, who died by opioid overdose in Livingston County. And it is an amazing event. It has been established by the family, and they operated that until last year. This year, the IHR Institute for Human Resources in Pontiac is actually putting this on along with Livingston County ROSC. It's a great opportunity. It's 8:30 a.m. Saturday, May 4th. It's a great opportunity to come together, hear some great speakers in terms of recovery and those who have lost family members and those who have hope in their hearts for all of us who have suffered from substance use or opioid use disorder. So just throwing it out there and inviting everyone to attend. Thank you.
Quick question, John. Thanks for that. Is there a flyer or anything that we could be able to maybe share down the road? Or
Yes, it should be on the Ford County ROSC Facebook page. I believe it is. It is on Livingston County, and I can forward that flyer to you, Barb, if you'd like. Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, Tim?
Yes, my name is Tim Nuss. Like I've said before, I would love to invite anybody and everybody with any information they would like to share to attend the Ford County Board meeting. It's the second Monday of every month at 7 p.m. in the basement of the Sheriff's Building. In my opinion, if we're going to help beat this stigma and everything else, we need to get the word out. And that's one of my best ways I can assist you guys in getting the word out. I appreciate all of you and what you do, and I see there's a great need in my community, and if there's anything I can do, let me know. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim. And thank you for always updating as well. Do you know the date of the next board meeting?
Yes, it's the second Monday of every month in the basement of the Sheriff's Building. The second Monday, 7 p.m.
Awesome. Thank you, Tim. Odette? I don't know. Did you raise your hand again, or was it?
Yeah,
okay.
I did. Let me lower it. For the gentleman that spoke, Mr. Schneider, John Schneider. Okay. When you have people that are trying to get through to us and it's really busy, send me an email. I can get the staff to make contact. That's really important to us. We know this time of the year, the phone lines are crazy. We have had disconnections that are sent out, actually disconnections that are scheduled this week. So this is absolutely the worst time to run out of funds, but unfortunately, this is what has happened. I'm sorry here. My mouse is not acting right. So please send me an email with a name and a contact number so that we can try to reach them as quickly as possible. Tell them to keep still trying to call through. But as I said, right when we ran out of money, we were doing 70 apps a day. And then we had to cancel 62 appointments that were scheduled. And with 62 appointments, that doesn't count the walk-in appointments that we get too. Because customers at this point, when they have disconnections, if they can't get us, we say walk in, we'll get to who have appointments, but we don't turn anybody away. But what we're doing is we're keeping a list of all who made inquiries. And if the state find dollars for us, we will contact those folks and say, hey, here's money that we can help you with. Okay, so that's why we're trying to reach as many as possible. Okay. And
Thank you
that's for
so much.
anybody else. You should have my email address. I'll put it in the chat box. And if I get an email, actually they can email the agency. I don't want to get hit. But I'll put it in there so that you can have it. And you know, we're really hoping that we will have money very soon. It's just COVID dollars are done now, and we're back to our regular funding, and the bills are still high, you know, so yeah, I wanted to communicate that. Thanks, Frankie.
Thank you, Odette. Well, we are over 2 minutes, which I'm fine with, but if there's no other questions or comments, thank you all for being here, and for all the work that you all do, and just continuously showing up to these meetings. It means so much. I know it's an early meeting every month, but I appreciate you guys all being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. And we'll see you. Oh, Barb.
I just have one thing. I wasn't sure if everyone saw in the messages. Clint had put just a minute ago that the Iroquois County Opioid Coalition meeting is this Friday at 2 p.m. in the basement of the courthouse. Zoom's available, so you can contact Barb King with Iroquois County Probations for more details. So I just wanted to add that, but I'll put that in the minutes as well. But thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here. If anyone else has anything else, but
thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Have a great day.